So I
Yeah.
wanted to ask because obviously you fought on one championship and out here in Thailand, I feel like back home in the UK, people are like, oh, one championship. But in Thailand, it's one champ, everyone is obsessed. The Thai people love
Yeah.
it. So I just wanted to ask, like, did you enjoy your experience on there? Would you fight on one again? Like just generally, because my dream is to fight on one championship, and everybody, all fighters have different experiences. But was yours a good one, or did you have any problems? I don't know.
Look, for the most of it, it was really good. Like, I absolutely loved every experience that I had on one. They were very professional. You felt like a superstar. Like, you felt like a superstar. They'd fly you out a week beforehand. You had like all this media stuff, the medicals and stuff like that. Like, you felt like you were getting looked after. And I just remember the first time I fought on one and having like the ceremonial
Wait.
weigh-ins and like all of these lights, and it was massive, and I'm like,
Oh my
whoa,
God.
I'm here like right now, this is crazy. And you actually feel like a superstar, like you feel like your name is like out there, and it's amazing.
Oh,
It's like really, it's crazy to believe. And so like I think it was quite funny when I first got signed. It took me literally like the week of the fight for me to be like, fuck, I'm actually signed. Like
actually,
I'm signed to one. And I'm like, wow, my biggest goal I have been able to achieve. And I'm like, this is crazy. I guess the only thing that kind of was a bit of a downfall for me was the amount of fights that I was able to have with one, being
yeah,
contracted with them for years,
I think,
only able
yeah,
to be. It's a bit hard. They've got so many athletes, and I understand that, like I'm not as popular as, let's say Stamp or Rodtang and things like that.
yeah.
But it was quite hard. I felt like I almost had to use some social media to be able to get my fights.
I do think you're not the first person to say that. And obviously, as well, with the 4 ounce gloves, you can't really fight as regularly, like, because the damage, like, I know people, I mean, we had three fighters on last month,
Yeah.
on one Lumpini. Every single one of them has either got a bust knuckle or a broken hand or something like
Yeah.
that. I think the
Broken
damage as
hand.
well. Yeah,
Hand
yeah, you
broken
just
hand.
can't fight as regularly. So can I ask, like, what is your opinion on the 4 ounce gloves? You've fought in them, you've experienced it, you've been hit in the face with it. Like, how do you find it? Did you enjoy it? Would you do it again?
Look, I would do it again. It changes Muay Thai though. That's what I believe. I feel like you watch Muay Thai and it's beautiful. It's like a chess match. It's very technical. And I feel like a lot of people, especially on One Lumpini, because of the knockout bonuses and things like that,
Yeah,
when they have the little gloves on, they forget that they've got other weapons, and it
100%.
turns into basically a brawl or a boxing match.
Yes.
Um, and look, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, they're doing what they're there to do.
Yeah.
Um, it's just, I think it takes away the beauty of Muay Thai.
My last question about one, I don't want to spend too much time. You fought at, please correct me if I'm wrong, but was it about, I work in kilos still, not pounds, but was it
Yeah.
about 57 kilos? Is that
Yes. So
about right? Because I know
the
Amber
cutoff
fights.
usually was, yeah. So the Amber fight was a little bit heavier. We fought at 58. So I
Yeah.
fought similar at 58, 58, and then 57 for Jackie.
Is that kind of your is that your perfect weight? Is that exactly where you want to fight? Because obviously there was the controversy with Samilla and then
Yeah.
Chadri was like, I'm gonna put a higher weight class in there. Would
Yeah.
you want to compete in the higher weight class if you were to go back? Or like what's your opinions on that as a woman? Because obviously you're quite tall, like
Yeah.
you're very
Yeah.
tall. And just so is that kind of a comfortable weight for you, or would you want to
Yeah.
go up or do both?
Anywhere between 57 and like 60 is a good weight for me.
Yeah.
I feel the strongest at those weights. I think you just have to keep in mind like the hydration tests that you have, because a lot of people, they can make the weight easy, but it's being hydrated.
Yeah.
That can take a toll. And I'm lucky that I work with a dietitian that helps me with all of that, and I don't have to kind of go into it blindly.
So you comfortably make 57 if that's
Yeah.
you wouldn't go any lower or anything, but then
I
also
wouldn't, with my height, I wouldn't be
yeah,
able to go any lower. Like, it'd be a bit too hard, and I feel
Yeah.
like it would affect performance. And I've worked with Jack, we've had body scans, and this is like an optimal weight for me that
Yeah.
we've like agreed on.